Hi, this is Jenny Nading, and I'm going to be discussing 4 mental arithmetic methods that I learned during the research of the mental arithmetic seminar for the theory class 1410 that goes along with Math 1100 with Kendall Jacobs. The first mental arithmetic method is halving and doubling. And I actually worked this one with my son. After a lot of prompting, he was able to understand how to do the problem. So let me show you. 7 times 4. So if I double 7, that gives me 14. And half of 4 is 2. So now we have 14 times 2. If I double 14, that's 28. And half of 2 is 1. So 28 times 1 equals 28. 14 times 2 equals 28. And the original problem, 7 times 4, is 28. To show that this works for a more difficult problem, I will do 36 times 8. So if I double 36, I have 72. Half of 8 is 4. Doubling 72, I have 144, when half of 4 is 2. And then doubling 144, that leaves me with 288. And half of 2 is 1. So I know that 288 times 1 is 288, as well as the rest of these. With our original problem, 36 times 8 equals 288. The next method I'm going to show is the partial difference. Partial difference, if I take and subtract 412 minus 346, I first look at subtracting the digits in the hundreds place. So 400 minus 300 is a positive 100, because 400 is bigger than 300. Next, I look at the tens place, and if I look at this as you have 1 and I have 4, and I take yours away, we have a negative 30, because we're still in the tens place. And then 2 minus 6, because we're in the units place, that would be saying you have 2 and I have 6. But then I take 2 of yours away and 2 of mine away, I'm left with negative 4. So then what I do is I go through and work this problem. So a positive 100 minus 30 is a 70. 70 minus 100 or minus 4 equals 66. So my final answer, 412 minus 346, equals 66. I'll show you one more really quick for the partials. I have 491 minus 287. I look at my hundreds place first. So 400 minus 200 is a positive 200. 90 minus 80 is a positive 10. And then 1 unit minus 7 units is a minus 6. If I work through that problem with the different operations, I have 200 plus 10 is 210. Minus 6 is 204. So 491 minus 287 equals 204. The next one that I looked at was, and I hope I'm saying this right, but it was Vedic math. The first YouTube video I watched in regards to this was a man drawing a lot of dots, and I was getting really confused, but I looked at a different YouTube problem or a YouTube video, and there was another gentleman on there who was actually pretty funny, and I was able to follow along with what he was saying. The problem I'll use is 32 times 11, and how he described it to me, or to whoever would watch, was I'd bring down this 3, I'd bring down the 2, and then I would add these together, so I would be left with 352. So the answer to 32 times 11 is 352. Okay, I'm going to do one more of those for you. I'll do 43 times 11. So I'll bring down my 4. I'll bring down my 3. I add those two together. So that's 7. So 43 times 11 is 473. The last method that I looked into was compatible numbers. Interestingly enough, when I was in pre-algebra in high school, my algebra teacher taught me this method, and he had told us that we would use this method all during our life, and I actually have never forgotten it, so I can definitely relate to this one. Compatible numbers, we find which numbers add up to 10. We have 9 plus 1, 8 plus 2, 7 plus 3, 6 plus 4, and 5 plus 5. And so those all equal 10. Then, if I were to be presented with a problem such as 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1 plus 8 plus 5 plus 2, the problem looks lengthy and scary just because of all the numbers that are being presented. But in fact, I know I can do 9 and 1 equal a 10, 6 and 4 equal a 10, 8 and 2 equal a 10, and then all I'm left with is a 5. So it's much easier to figure out. So I know 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 10, 20, 30, plus 5 is 35. So this long problem of 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1 plus 8 plus 5 plus 2 equals 35. I actually really enjoyed learning these other mental math methods, and I enjoyed showing them to some family members. They think it's maybe a little bit more work than what one needs to go through, but in any way it was enjoyable to do, and I appreciate the opportunity to make this video. Thank you.